What's up, everybody? It's me, Erica, and we are down here. Girl, girl. I didn't even realize I didn't review the last episode of Beverly Hills, and it's about to come on again. I'm really late. Girl, I don't even remember what happened. I just know Mauricio and Kyle went to that house, their old house, to see what it was like, and Kyle broke down. And Mauricio hit her with a "aw." He will never be able to fully fulfill you. That's what the girl said. That's what was her name? I think her name was wasn't her name Allison? He will never be able to emotionally fulfill you. Know that.
He will never emotionally fulfill you. Ever. Know that.
Know that. Know that.
No, this one.
Oh.
We'll stay with him, and he will take care of you. And as soon as the kids are bigger, you'll have nothing in common.
What are you talking about? Have you seen my husband? I mean,
She was like, psh. Kyle was like, psh, I'm about to my marriage is about to last forever. Psh, shut up, lady. You don't know what you're talking about. When I tell you that lady was on point. She said, as soon as your girls leave the home, and we got one left, Portia's the last one, and he's gone. I said, ain't that some shit? They say ever since Allison came on, they haven't had a real psychic on there since. Because that last lady that they had at Rachel's party, I was just like, girl, you're for entertainment purposes only. Because what the fuck? Um, what else happened? Dorit and Amanda. I said I like Amanda on the show, even though I think she's getting on everybody's nerves. I like her. I said we need a Stepford wife with a glitch, because she does act like she acts very stoic, but with this like little sociopathic American Psycho like smirk on her face. It's not a real pronounced smile. It's very subtle, even when she's like serious. Even when she looked at Sutton and tilted her head to the side and said, "Do you cry often?" I'm like, this bitch is crazy. Keep her on the show. um she's getting on everybody's nerves. She's getting on Rachel's nerves. She's getting on Dorit's nerves. She's getting the only person's nerves she's not getting on is Kyle. She's getting on Sutton's nerves, Boz's nerves. Who else is there? Jennifer Tilly. Jennifer Tilly's kind of noticing Kathy too. They're all noticing. It's so funny. It is hilarious to me. But I do like. I want her on. I want to keep her. And that's the thing. Like that's the thing about these shows. You don't have to like everybody on the show, but the person has to be good for the show, right? Like if I don't particularly, y'all know I don't how I feel about Portia, uh, whatever her last name is this week. I was about to call her Portia Gobadia Williams. What's her last name? Stewart, whatever her last name is. McKinley. She didn't make it down that aisle. She didn't make it down the hot dog aisle. Did y'all see Dennis with his plaits in his hair? I said, "Ooh, girl," and his fur coat on. I said, "Ooh, girl." Ooh, girl. What's going on, girl? What's going on back there, girl? Shout out to Samantha James. What's going on back there, girl? Girl, get up off them dicks, honey. Baby, shout out to Samantha James. Baby, what? She went up to that church and cussed them people out for not letting her use the bathroom. Baby. Mm-mm. Isha Lakandala. Come on. Shout out to Samantha James. If you know, you know, girl. I was watching T.S. Madison and Sexy Lexi on the Outlaws podcast. I haven't finished it. I'm almost done. But they was talking about Samantha James. Cookie tookie, honey. And Sexy Lexi is from Philly. And so Madison was like, y'all kind of sound alike. Your inflections and your dialects kind of sound alike. She's like, yeah. And then I was listening. I was like, oh, she does sound like her. I was like, oh, I didn't even realize until Madison said it. I was like, oh, she does. It was kind of eerie though. You know what I'm saying? Because so shout out to Samantha James. She passed. So it was kind of eerie to listen to, and I never really like caught it, but I was like, she does, and when she said that. But anyway, so I haven't finished watching that, and then I watched Mike Epps' Delusional on Netflix. Okay, so I laid down. I was like, I rolled me one. I laid down. I was like, okay, Mike, make me laugh, girl. I laughed throughout the hour. I was like, that was actually a good stand up. It was refreshing because so many comedians, and what I've noticed is um like Cat Williams, not the most recent one, but it was one that came out like 2 years ago on Netflix, a year or two ago. Not the most recent one, but the one before that. And it was very much, I was like, oh no, Cat, you don't have no material. Because I like Cat Williams, but I was like, you don't have no material. I've seen Cat Williams perform before he was like super duper famous down at the Improv. And they used to have, I don't know if they still do Mo Better Mondays down at the Improv. That's where I saw Cat Williams, Corey Holcomb, D Ray, Red Grant, girl, all of them. Have I seen Dion Cole? I feel like I've seen Dion Cole. Cole looks so much like Keith Washington. Girl, I remember I stayed in these apartments in Hollywood, and I remember seeing Keith Washington, and then I saw the name on the mailboxes, and I was like, "Does Keith Washington live here?" And then I saw him, girl. I was like, "Shut up!" I was like, "What the hell? I live in the same apartment building as Keith Washington." Shout out to Keith Washington. Girl, but I was watching then. So Mike Epps, his special is really funny. It's really funny, and it was emotional at the end. I said he did a really good job. He did a really good job. All that running and shit across the stage and stuff, he did good. And then I started watching Dion Cole's last night, and then I fell asleep on Dion Cole's. I was like, because I got too relaxed. But it was funny up until the point I saw, because he has a straight face. And then I was just looking at his face, and I was like, he really looks like Keith Washington a lot. Like when you look into his face, because people, I don't know, maybe it's just me, maybe I just been smoking too much this morning. But when I look at people, I look into their face. You know what I'm saying? I just don't look at their face. So that's why when I said yesterday, I'd just be looking at Toya, because I'm trying to look like in her face. You know what I'm saying? Like deeper than her face, And so when I was looking at Dion Cole, I was looking at him and I was like, damn, he really favors Keith Washington alike. Like they have like the same face. And Dion Cole's hair, I don't know what's going on, but it looked like a baby just woke up. Like he just got out of a crib. I don't know what's going on. That's what I was saying. I was talking to a friend last night, and I was telling him that, during times like this, watch something funny, watch something that's going to make you laugh, especially if you spent all of the day like looking at the news cycle. Y'all have to remember, this is your reminder. Y'all have to remember what it was like the last time this man was in office, and how it really, I remember, who stands out to me, who popped in my head, Chelsea Handler. Let me tell you how much I love Chelsea Handler. I loved her show. I loved it. I loved it. I loved Chelsea Handler was just like, fuck it. Like, I just loved the whole personality. That then when what's his name took office, her entire show changed, and then ended up getting canceled. Her entire show changed. It was just all politics. It was almost like, what is it, in the it was like taking over her body. Like it was like you could see it. You could see like the vines coming up and about to suffocate her. Like it was really taking over her body. And then her show it was just like, it was too political. She was just so mad and so upset. And I just hope that, like, I hope now she is not, I hope she learned from that, and I hope a lot of people learn from not allowing these people to occupy a large space of your day, like I said, be informed, know what's going on, but don't be whirling around in that vortex for too long. Unplug from that, go into the stand-up comedy section, find some stand-up comedy, because what's funny about stand-up comedy is what comedians, what their job is to do, because our life is comedy and tragedy, right? That's what the whole thing is, comedy and tragedy. So comics watch the world and make fun, or make it funny, make the tragedy funny, right? So when you're watching a stand-up comedian make you laugh, you also are, depending on who the person is or who they are, they might talk about a little bit about what's going on currently, right, and what's going on now, and so that will be in their uh, bits, right? They'll have a lot of, like he had a couple of Trump jokes. I think he had a couple of Trump jokes, a couple of ice jokes. I'm talking about Mike Epps. It was funny. It was funny. I was like, okay, Mike. Okay. I was like, okay, Mike, make me laugh. And within 5 minutes, I was laughing. I was like, he is so stupid. Deion Cole is stupid too. Deion Cole is funny. And then Donnell Rawlins also has a stand up, a special on Netflix as well. So that's what I'm saying. Go to a comedy show. If you go locally, go out if you want to go out. Go to a comedy show. It's fun. Yeah, we used to be up at the Improv, more Mo Better Mondays, and I think that was wasn't that Bruce? What's that Bruce who did Mo Better Mondays? Miss Laura used to be up there. Um, all the comedians, y'all, we used to see them all the time, and that's, remember I told you I was male identified back then, and not a pick me, but male identified. So I always saw the man's point of view before my own, right? So I thought Corey Holcomb was hilarious, but I knew that he did not like women. Like, his comedy was always just about being mad at a woman. And I remember we met him because he told my friend her name is the same as his baby mama's. Because when we introduced ourselves to him, she told him her name. He was like, "Oh shit, that's my baby mama's name," right? And but I used to be laughing. There would be some people not laughing, some people laughing, some women laughing, some people like, ugh, because his comedy was literally just like downy, the same shit. Like, his comedy has not changed. It's very misogynistic. And it doesn't surprise me that Corey Holcomb put his hands on that other comedian. It does not surprise me. A man who does not like women is not safe to be around. That's why I tell you, the first thing when y'all watch the dating shows and, oh, we got to vet these men and things like that. The first question to qualify a man being in proximity to you, whether it's romantic or platonic, is, are you an ally to women? If he doesn't understand what that means, get him out of here. Right? If he thinks that there's a hierarchy, a gender hierarchy, get him out of here. You understand what I'm saying? That's the first thing. You have to know off bat, does this man even see you as a human being? So when you listen to Corey Holcomb's jokes, he hates women. He despises women. And that's why I say that they're weird. They're weirdos, because how could you lay down and share your body with someone you, at the base level, hate? That has to be the craziest mind fuck, to fuck what you hate. But then you have to think about the way the words that they use to describe having sex with you is almost like they want to destroy you, right? So are you having sex, or is this man trying to destroy you through acts of sex? Knowing how misogynistic they are, knowing how chauvinistic they are, and they still lay down with you. Something is terribly wrong with that. I'm not laying down with nobody I don't like. And that's what the people say. They're not attracted to you, the woman. They're attracted to the hole, the pussy hole, the booty hole, the ear hole, the mouth hole, the nose hole, girl. Anything, anywhere where they can stick it, honey, they will put it. Ask the butterball factory, down to the butterball factory. So Corey Holcomb and all them, when you listen to their comedy, I literally remember laughing at his jokes. Like, this is crazy. But I saw his point of view because I was male identified. As I started to unlearn and started to deprogram, I was like, this nigga hates, like, he really hates women. And then, like, it starts sounding different, right? When you're male identified, you're in tune. So what he's saying is clear. When you're no longer operating in that frequency, when you tune into him, it sounds like static. Because that ain't it. It doesn't surprise me that he hit a woman and then lied about it. Who admits to hitting people? Who admits to raping people? Who admits to trafficking people? Who admits to that? Who admits to peeing on little girls? Who actually admits that? Nobody's going to admit that. I don't care what you saw. They're not going to admit to that. It's on video. Corey Holcomb hitting that comedian. And I'm glad that somebody actually jumped on him immediately. But then I was looking at the rest of the men. It's like they were trying to break them up for fighting. No, you just smacked a woman, walked up to her. You were the aggressor, walked up to her. How are you a comedian and don't have the grasp around words to get a bitch together? Ain't no way in the world you a comedian and you resorted to punching a woman because you don't like women. You hate women. That's why I don't understand why Darlene be sitting next to him. How could you sit next to a man who verbalizes every time he has a dick mic in his face? He's verbalizing his disdain for women. How do you, as a woman, how do you sit there next to him? He hates you, girl. If I were a woman, Cam Newton, we were talking about Cam Newton yesterday, how he doesn't see women as human beings. He only sees them as, if he's attracted to you, he wants to fuck you, and that's it. If I were a woman, I would never go on his show again, ever. Cheyenne Bryant, Lady London, Natalie, all the women who have been on that show, I would never go on that show. One, he invited you because he's attracted to you. And that's why the conversation seemed like this cat and mouse game, because he's trying to gauge on whether or not you're attracted to him. He probably doesn't even fucking care, because he said if he's attracted to you, you're going to get stabbed. He's going to stab you if he's attracted to you. I'm going to stab you if I'm attracted to you. I'm going to use a word that there's nowhere in English does the word stab have a good connotation to it. Let's listen. Stab. Let's look it up. Where's my phone? Where's my damn phone? Oh, back here. Okay, let's look at stab. The word stab. Define. Let's see what are different. Let's see. All right. Stab. Verb. Of a person thrust a knife or other pointed weapon into someone so as to wound or kill. Noun, a thrust with a knife or another pointed weapon. Informal, an attempt to do something. I'm going to take a stab at it. Wait, let me go down. Informal, that's it. That's it. What is it? What is it meant? What is meant by stab? Stab means to pierce with a sharp object, but also refers to a sudden sharp feeling like pain or regret. A quick attempt at something, a stab at it. Stab means the bonus damage for using a move that matches a Pokemon's type. It can also mean to betray somebody, to stab them in the back. He stabbed the meat with a fork, a sharp, intense emotion or sensation, stabs of pain, betrayal. Yeah, it doesn't have a good connotation. It doesn't. And that's what he's using to describe having sex with something he's attracted to. Just like when the game was talking about Shanice, right? Trembolina over there with her trembling voice. Girl, he told her when she told him, when you gave me, and she was like, well, you manifested this baby. He said, well, yeah, niggas see a baddie. What did he say? We want to fuck that. We want to put a baby in that. That? In that. When do you refer to someone as that? When you're being disrespectful or when you don't see them as a person and an object? Keep the dick mics in their face. Keep them right under their chin. Keep them right there so you can continue to hear these people how they talk about women. They don't see you as human beings. They see you as someone for their pleasure, for their labor. So I'm not surprised at Corey Holcomb punching that woman and then denying that he did it. But back to Cam Newton, if I was a woman, I would never go on his show. He doesn't even see you as a woman. I would never go on his show, ever, ever. After he did that interview with that man, every person his team calls to do an interview that is a woman, I would decline. Unless you're going to come over on the show and give him the blues. All those women that are invited to Cam Newton's show he's attracted to, look at them. He couldn't take Natalie because Natalie was giving him that nigga energy that he submits to every day. The reason why he behaves like that is because he's doing it for the attention of men. So when Natalie came up with that masculine nigga pimp energy, he didn't understand, because if that was a man embodied in that energy, he would submit to it. Oh, you talking to me now, baby? That's what I'm talking about. Right? But it was embodied in a woman, and I don't see women. I see women as objects of labor and desire. That's it. If I were a woman, unless I was going on there to wear his ass out, I would decline he wouldn't have no women on his show anymore. That's how women are supposed to respond to men in society. Remember that man on Oprah? We just talked about it about a year ago. Remember that man on Oprah, that Jewish man on Oprah? He got on stage and was disparaging Jewish women. And it took him like 10 or 15 years before a woman would even look his direction. He came back on the show. He finally ended up getting married, but he came back on the show. The woman didn't see the show. She said after she was committed to him, then she saw the show. But before that, the women in his community, they ran, they scattered. He was not able to date. You got on TV disparaging Jewish women. You will never get close to us unless she doesn't see it. But when I tell you that word spread like wildfire throughout their community, that man had no access to women, none, until he met a woman who hadn't seen the show. And then he had her, and then she saw it, and she said how it made her uncomfortable. No, that's how you show these men that what you're doing has a consequence. I'm not coming on your show. You don't even see me as a human being. You're attracted to me. You want to fuck me. That's why you want me on your show. No. Darlene, sit next to Corey Holcomb. No. No. And only women who sit next to men who despise women are male identified women or pick-me's. They don't know yet. That's why they want them to. That's why they want them younger and younger and younger. I can't believe old ass Darlene. Darlene got to be in her mid 50s. Cause I'm 50, bitch. She got to be in her late 50s. She got to be like my brothers and cousins' ages, like late 50s. Hey, I don't even know what Darlene's last name is. Hold on. Ice T's ex-wife, Darlene. They probably weren't. Oh yeah, they weren't legally married, but they were together for 17 years, and they have a son together. Ice T's son is very handsome. Him and Darlene's son, super handsome. But Darlene, how old is Darlene? She met Ice T in 1984. How old was she? She had to be in her early 20s or something. Hold on, I don't know. Darlene Ortiz birthday. Hold on. Oh, let me just do age. Maybe that I can get it better to do. I always be looking for the birthdays because I'll be trying to figure out. Yeah, 1967. Yeah, so she's about 58 years old. Girl, 59 years old. She's a Pisces. Ain't no way I'd be sitting next to fucking Corey Holcomb. Fuck that old milk dud shape nigga. That and then nah. And then any woman that lets him climb on, see, that's what I'm saying. You let these ugly niggas face all twisted up climb on top of you and they hate women. So you're letting him just inject all of that into you. Like, that's not cool. That's the like, I'm telling you, that's the first thing you need to ask a man. Are you an ally to women? And do you believe in a hierarchy? Do you believe a woman came from a man's rib? All that shit, that's a disqualifier right there. Disqualify them if they don't see you as a human being, girl. Don't lay with nobody that doesn't see you as an equal, girl. That's crazy. Let's see what else. Yeah, fuck Corey Holcomb. Yeah, all of them, 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 all of them. All right, let's see what's happening here. We heard that all the shows are getting canceled. Sherry Shepherd, um, Kelly Clarkson. What about Drew Barrymore? Did Drew Barrymore show get canceled? Um, did Jennifer Hudson's show get canceled? I just heard about Sherry Shepherd as Floyd Mayweather. I thought that was Milan Christopher at first. Girl. It says Mayweather sues Showtime, claims the network helped divert $340 million dollars in an alleged financial fraud scheme. Retired boxing champion Floyd Mayweather is taking a legal swing at Showtime, alleging the network helped facilitate massive financial losses during his career. Oh, I just started watching because I got Paramount Plus because it was something I wanted to watch on Paramount Plus. Oh, I wanted to watch that the handsome killer. What's his name? What's the guy's name with the tattoos on the Joker tattoos on his face? I forgot his name that fast. They called him the handsome devil or something like that. But he killed a couple people. Anyways, so I wanted to watch that, but then I remembered I was like, oh, couples therapy is on there. So I, I I've seen a lot of clips of couples therapy because I didn't have Showtime, but I started on season 4. So that's what I'm watching now. It's really good. Anyways, according to the lawsuit filed in California, Mayweather is seeking to recover hundreds of millions of dollars in misappropriated funds and damages resulting from a long running and elaborate scheme of financial fraud, which he claims was carried out by longtime advisor Al Heyman with substantial participation and aid from Showtime and former executive Steven Espinoza. Hyman is not listed as a defendant. Mayweather alleges $340 million dollars is still missing and unaccounted for, tied to bouts including fights against Manny Pacquiao and Conor McGregor. His attorney, Bobby Samani, said Floyd is one of boxing's biggest pay-per-view draws. Mr. Mayweather now takes this fight to the courtroom to recover what he rightfully earned. Oh, they didn't pay him for the fights? Somebody says, I hope he wins. Yes, he's rich, but so what? They're always trying to play folks in folks' face. Pay him. Yeah. Um, his accountants, lawyers don't like him because how does this keep happening? He's been sick of Showtime. They will cheat us every time they can. Thumbs down emoji. Oh, so that's crazy. They're not paying him for his allowing them to stream it, I guess, or show it. All right, let's see what else is happening. Foundational. What the fuck does that mean? I want somebody to tell me what the fuck does foundational mean. Because if I go back four great grandparents, somebody is white. So what the fuck does foundational mean? It doesn't mean nothing. It means nothing. Stop making up shit. Stop making up shit. And then you're going to take Tariq Nasheed's words. Girl, do you know that nigga? That's another nigga who hates women. I wouldn't take none of his words and adopt them to my identity. Are you crazy? Yes. And it's sad because everybody wants to have a piece of identity. You are a Black American. Ain't no foundational nothing. Nothing, nothing, nothing. Nothing. And I'm definitely not building a foundation on the words of a pimp. I really have an issue with that phrase, foundational Black American. I don't like it. I understand the desire of feeling like you want to have feel like you don't have a solid identity, but not during Black History Month, girl. You're not gonna be you're not gonna be saying no fucking shit like that. That's crazy as hell to me. I'm talking about Shaboozey. So Shaboozey, I guess his Grammy, he won a Grammy. Shout out to him. He said something about immigrants building the country, and the Black people got upset. But it's the truth. It's the truth. So if he changed it and said enslaved people and immigrants built this country, would it that been better? He says, first and foremost, I want to express my deep gratitude to everyone who has supported and celebrated my journey as an artist. I also want to acknowledge the conversation surrounding my acceptance speech. To be clear, I know and believe that we Black people have also built this country. My words were never intended to dismiss that truth. I am both a Black man and the son of Nigerian immigrants. And in the overwhelming moment of winning my first Grammy, my focus was on honoring the sacrifices my parents made by coming to this country to give me and my siblings opportunities they never had. At the same time, winning this award on the first day of Black History Month and becoming the first Black man to win a Best Country Duo is Black history. It stands on the foundation laid by generations of Black people who fought, sacrificed, and succeeded long before me. This moment belongs to all of us. My entire career has been rooted in up and lifting people up, honoring where we come from, and expanding what's possible. I am proud to be a part of this legacy and intend to continue doing the work for the rest of my life. Love, Shaboozey. 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 That's how he spelled it. Chibueze. That's how you pronounce that. And I guess he just phonetically turned it into Shaboozey for his stage name. He missed the entire point. Foundationally, Black Americans built this country ourselves, not also. That's not true. That is historically untrue. That's what I'm saying. Stop listening to these niggas, these men who would, if they could, oppress you and have you selling your bodies. Stop listening to those people. And definitely don't take their words to assign to your identity as a person. I would never take the words and the phrases of Tariq Nasheed. He is a disgusting man. He abhors women. He used to be a pimp. He was not successful at it. taking these niggas' words and then adopting it to your goddamn. Girl, this is the only fucking place where you have these conversations ad nauseum about race. It's so it's like a circular goddamn wheel that means we're all arguing over something that was constructed to oppress us, and you arguing over it. Okay, I'm gonna go. I think that was enough for today. Let's do another video. I'm on time today. I got started at a good time, at the normal time that I can give myself. Some time, and I'm not rushing. Oh, I did what? Okay, so DonLemon claims the DOJ tried to humiliate him during arrest. Details hotel takedown. Okay, so it says former CNN, this is from the Jasmine brand. Former CNN anchor DonLemon is speaking out after his recent arrest, and he's accusing the Department of Justice of trying to publicly humiliate him. Appearing on Jimmy Kimmel Live, Lemon said federal agents arrested him at a Los Angeles hotel in what he described as an unnecessary show of force, despite him offering to turn himself in voluntarily. They wanted to embarrass me, Lemon said, claiming the arrest was more about optics than justice. Yeah. The perp walk is for optics. There is no reason to walk a person out of a courthouse and let everybody see him. That's a way to shame the person. The perp walk is for optics. A lot of this shit is for optics. A lot of it. According to Lemon, a group of agents showed up unannounced and detained him as he was heading toward an elevator, adding that he was handcuffed and taken away without being allowed to make a phone call. He called the arrest overkill and said it felt designed to make an example out of him. The charges stem from Lemon's live stream coverage of a January protest inside a Minneapolis church that disrupted a worship service. Federal prosecutors argue Lemon interfered with the congregation, while Lemon insists he was present strictly in a journalistic capacity. I was reporting, he told Kimball. I wasn't protesting. Lemon also pushed back against suggestions that he crossed a legal line, warning that the case raises serious First Amendment concerns. If journalists can be arrested for covering protests, he says, we're in dangerous territory. Very much so. Very much so. And if you don't notice, the dude is trying to run this thing like a dictatorship. That's why somebody needs to say out of their mouth, you little fucking slug, you waste of flesh slug, piece of shit, gobs of shit. That's why because you can't get arrested for saying that. But they would try to. I would see what they would figure out what you could say, because I can say whatever the fuck I want. And the fact that they're making it so that you can't say what you want, that's an infringement on whatever's written down in that Constitution. And it is astonishing that nobody is doing nothing to eliminate the threat. Nobody is doing nothing, and it's almost like it's okay to do. Like the way that when I tell you Democrats be acting like fucking pussies, pussy. You got motherfucking these people like there's like no decorum. That's how you know there's something wrong, because there's no decorum. They cussing on they calling people pigs. They saying cocksucker. I don't know who Nicki Minaj was being interviewed by, but she said that out of her mouth in an interview, calling Don King a cocksucker. And just like saying it, no decorum whatsoever. You think in certain interviews, in certain spaces, there is literally respect for the room. Like we're not, throwing out like insults like that, calling people pigs. Like that's what I'm saying. It's like, I don't know. I think it's just gross. The whole thing is gross. Not for me. Not conducive for my well-being. I'll tell you that. Anywho, so he said, despite the legal cloud, they said, despite the legal cloud hanging over him, Lemon made it clear that he has no plans to back down. He confirmed he will fight the charges in court and said the arrest hasn't silenced him. It only made him more determined to speak out. Stupid.
Been broken up for months, Carlos. They have been broken up for months.
Okay, that's heavily talking about Quad and Kang, Quad and Kirk. Okay. Anyways, y'all take care of each other. Let's get down in the comments. Tell me what you think of the topics. Tell me what you think about the CoreyHolcomb situation. And, you know, have you ever liked a comedian and then like as you got, oh, I think I caught it. Oh, I did. It was a little gnat. I caught it. I caught it with my chopsticks. Anyways, I saw it flying over here. It was like, I don't know. Anyway, so take care of each other. Protect your energy. Let's get down in the comments. Let me know. Like I was about to say, is there like any comedian that you used to like and you don't like anymore? Because once you like started listening for real, you're like, wait a minute. That's how I was with CoreyHolcomb. I was like, oh, that nigga sounds like static. And it's funny because you come out of that frequency, right? You literally come out of that frequency. You start unlearning and you come out of that frequency. And so things that you were in tune with before sound like static now that you've raised your vibration. Go get your Eddies, okay? Go support Wendy Osefos and her husband. They need all the money. That's like donating to their legal fund. Got Eddies. I'm about to order now because I ran out. Let me tell you something before we go. Girl, I ran out of reefer yesterday, right? But I didn't really run out of reefer. I was like, I know I have some more reefer around here. So then I was like, I ran out. Like I rolled the joint yesterday, and then I was getting ready to roll up to watch Dion Cole. And then I was like, oh my God, this is all I have left. And then I opened my roller and there was a joint in there already for your girl. Yeah. So I'm about to order right now and have them deliver. And then we're going to come back for another video. Girl, what's going on outside? Let me go see. Let me go be nosy. Take care of each other. Protect your energy. Let's get down in the comments. Peace.